numbers are a little different between 11 and really between 11 and 29. Those are the only weird way to sign numbers, 11 through 20. But after you get to 30, and really you can do the 20 the same way. There's just some like pretty commonly accepted signs for certain numbers in the 20s. Like the sign for 21 is 21. That's how you sign 21. 25 is 25. And so that's just commonly accepted ways to do it. But you can say 25 or 25. You can keep both of them if you're signing them together. You can do that all the way, except for your 11 through 19. Those are specific things, but I don't want to overload y'all on numbers. We'll get to those next week. But yeah, with those first 10 numbers, you can do anything from a trillion. If you want to sit there and sign a trillion, you boo. I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't gonna stop you, but you can. All right, we are going to get started on this week's vocabulary. Such a fun time. I love vocabulary. I'm just kidding. I hated it. Yeah. Any questions so far? No question. I'm half asleep, so just bear with me. It's been a long week so far.
So
um,
the sign for numbers is this, right? I know one is story and then one is numbers.
number.
Numbers.
Number is the opposite touching your fingers,
Yeah.
and boy
Yeah, I
is
remember they were similar.
kind of like making out.
I always
How to-
forget which one is which.
I got you. Yeah, you can think.
I guess you could do the think of this numbers like more because it's like you want more with quantity.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, numbers tap, stories,
And then
correct.
more is this.
Yeah. I'm
Thank you.
trying to think of like better words to describe. Like caress is really inappropriate.
I think that's how signing language is. Like you might forget like a word for one in English, and then sign language might have something totally different.
Yeah. It can. It can like I taught for the longest time, like there was the signs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was like breakfast or breakfast either way, lunch and dinner. And but laziness in signing started coming around, especially in sign language classes. And so people started saying breakfast. And this is a bad word. This is a very bad word in sign language. And for numbers, it doesn't matter which hand you use. You want to use your dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you'll use your left hand. You want to stay with that though. Like I'll see a lot of people. One of the a habit you don't want to get into when you're first learning is I see some people that say my name, and their dominant hand will be their right hand. They'll say my name, and then they'll go spell with their left hand, making their left hand the dominant. That can cause confusion. And somebody that's deaf, that's been deaf, not really, that knows sign language all of their life, that's fluent or whatever, it's not going to throw them off. But it still causes confusion in educational settings because when you say my name, you establish your right hand is your dominant hand, people are going to watch that hand. And so when
Hmm.
you say my name is Jasper and you throw that hand over there, they're like, oh, whoa, 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 your hand went in a different direction. And so you just want to stick with your dominant hand. It's what's called your motion hand. And the opposite hand, so dominant hand is my right hand, and then I have my stationary hand, which is my left hand. So, and whenever I'm signing a word like name, my left, it's not name like this, it's name. My motion hand, and then my stationary hand. The sign for destroy is destroy. Stationary, motion, destroy. Tornado. I don't know why I'm being so morbid. Just trying to show there's a motion hand and a stationary hand. Motion dominant, non-dominant, stationary. So yeah, makes sense. Okay, I forgot what I was talking about. Yes.
You were getting into our words for today.
But
You were about to start our sight words for today.
Vocab.
okay, yes, yes. Got it. All right. So this week I'm gonna do vocabulary a little different. I'm going to I will still voice, but I'm going to spell the word and then I will show you the sign. But I'm going to sign as I spell the word because you have to get receptive. Like you have to train your eyes to really receive finger spelling so that you can mature in your ability to be able to determine a word that's spelling at a fast pace. Like if you go to a deaf conference and you want to listen to you want to watch the deaf preacher preach and you don't want to listen to the interpreter, he's not going to slow down for you. You can't be like, yo, preacher, hey, back up, slow down. He's preaching. He's going to keep preaching. I actually had somebody do that. I was preaching at a conference in Florida, and stopped me mid-service. And it was actually a deaf person that's been signing the whole life, stopped me mid-service and said, hey, whoa, spell it again. I'm like, what? I can't even remember what it was. Oh, vociferous. I said vociferous. And so I spelled the word vociferous, and then I signed it. And he was like, oh, spell that word again. I'm like, bro, I'm like, he stopped me. He stood up and he said, whoa, hey, can you I'm like, bro, I'm preaching. He's like, yeah, but I missed the word. Vociferous. And but yeah. So yeah, this will help you. And I would say by like lesson 5 or 6, I will cut my voice off when doing vocabulary, and you will have to get the word by me spelling. Looking forward to that. Okay, first word is Girl. 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 If y'all remember from last week, you draw a line at your nose. Anything below it is feminine. Anything above it is masculine. B-O-Y. B-O-Y. Oh, I'll spell that one. B-O-Y. O-Y. Boy. Like you would think like for a girl, you can think, she's cute, you stroke her cheek or whatever. And boy, you grab his hat. I know it's sexist stereotypes. I didn't invent sign language. Girls can wear hats too. I know, but it's the same. So yeah, boy, grab his hat. Girl, stroke her cheek. B-R-O-T-H-E-R. 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 I can sign faster than I can speak. So sad. Brother. So you point to your forehead and you slam it down on top of your hand. Brother. You will see some people say brother, boy, brother. Either sign is fine, but it's just easier to sign brother. It's not the lazy sign, it's the accepted sign, brother.
I have a question, Jasper.
Yeah.
So I was doing the ASLpro.com this weekend with my niece, and the way that they signed brother was this with L's, and I didn't understand why. Like their thumbs were up. It wasn't just this.
Was the person teaching upper hearing?
It was an ASLpro.com. I don't know. It's just a person signing words that you click on.
Okay. I would say I see that sign mostly in the hearing community, and I really don't know why.
Okay.
But I would say either way works.
Okay.
I understand both. You like this?
It's easier to do this, so I just wanted to make sure.
But yeah, it's easier because like with this, you're gonna like jam your thumb.
Yes, like I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah.
Jasper, speaking of that, I was doing a song for sign in my church and I was practicing it. My thumbnail was pretty long and I was doing something like this, scratched my chin all up. I'm like, knocked my glasses off. It's dangerous. It's hard.
which is detrimental to your physical health and to the objects around you. Let me put my cap on before I
Ooh.
this next one. So I have you can't really see it on camera, but I have a scar on my hand where I had to have surgery to fix my broken bone in my hand because I was just signing. Like I wasn't angry. I was just signing and I hit my hand on the table because that's just part of the sign. And I don't even remember what I was signing. Oh, he fell off. Sign fell off. And I hit the table just like that, but like 3 times harder. I was like, he died. And I was like, hold on. I couldn't move my pinky. I was like, and I was like, I think and yeah, you see glasses come flying off all the time.
Right?
So if
I've
you
had
wear
that happen.
glasses and you're an avid signer, your glasses are going to come off at one point.
I'd be afraid for anyone that wears those big old earrings and they're doing that. Ugh.
Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend that was in. We went to the University of Gallaudet together, and she
I
had these
want to go
big
there.
old hoop earrings, and she was signing, and she ripped those earrings straight out of her ear, and because she was signing "Train Gone," and she does "Train," and she I don't know how she did it. She
Ow.
took her earring and ripped it straight out, and I saw it fly off, and I said, "What was that?" And she goes, "It's my earring." Like, oh my God.
Ow.
This is part of the life. Um, you
Sorry I interrupted. You
it,
started at brother.
say what?
I said, I'm sorry I interrupted. You were at brother.
If
That's
you
what
have,
happens in the deaf community. I mean, from what I remember, um, it's not easy go. It's like, okay, talk, 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 story after story.
mm-hmm, absolutely. I mean, there's all kinds of obstacles in signing. If you're like Corey, I notice you wear your hair down a lot. You'll start noticing when you sign, your hands are getting tangled in your hair. I mean, it's chaos. But just go with it. Don't make it like if you
I
get
have tendonitis in
hair,
this
like glasses off or whatever, just kind of like recover real quick.
wrist.
Like don't make a scene about it.
Yeah, I have
I
tendonitis in
make
this
a scene
wrist,
about
so
it.
some of my signs might not be full.
Say what?
I have tendonitis in this wrist, so sometimes my signs might be a little off, but you'll probably more likely understand what I'm trying to get at.
I have a hard time signing. Like if you ever meet me, you just look at my hands. My hands have been through it. So there's a lot of times where it's just like it's hard for me to sign. I have broken bones all over, cuts, tendons cut in my hands. It's rough. Anyway, back to it. Um, let's see, where were we at? We just signed brother. So yeah, like Corey had asked, the right way to sign. Either way is fine, because I have seen both. But I mean, this is just easier, so I would just stick with that. Next is CHILD. Again, HILD. CHILD. Child. And if you were implying that you have children, you have multiple children, you'll go down. Unless you have twins, then you can stay even. Um, but my children, and you'll see people do like a little gay tap or something. I don't know, like my children, but that's more feminine way of sounding. Like guys tend to be my children. You know, you got to be masculine because there are feminine signs and there are masculine signs. It's just the way we do it. Like females tend to be more flamboyant with those signs. Like for example, the sign beautiful. Females tend to add more oomph to it. They're beautiful, and guys just be beautiful. Just straight coat, straight to the point. Get the sign over with. You're done with it. So that's important to remember. If you ever become an interpreter, you're interpreting a sermon, or if you're interpreting a lady that's whatever you like, whatever your situation is, uh, whatever your situation is that you want to sign If you have a male speaker, you want to sign more masculine. If you have a female speaker, you want to sign more feminine. And it's all based off the sound of voice. All right. Next. D-A-D. 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 Dad. Dad. Father. D-I-B-O-R-C. Excuse me. D-I-B-O-R-C-E. D-I-B-O-R-C-E. There's two ways to sign this. More English, but it's still used in ASL, is divorce. Divorced. Divorced. More ASL, but both are used in ASL, is divorced.
Yeah, because this is marriage, right? Isn't this married?
Got marriage.
Mhm.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Divorce.
So this would be like we broke up, like dating.
Right. Like you could say, there's actually a sign for breaking up when you're dating, but I can't remember what it is. Let me get back to you on that. But yeah, it could be like that, you know.
This is date.
Yeah. But when I'm signing the word divorced, I do this one. I sign divorce, like you're holding hands and you throw them away from each other, like stop me, divorce. And but either sign works. Man, I wish I could remember the breakup.
Sorry.
It's a funny little sign. I did it all the time in high school. I'm breaking up. Yeah, all the time. I was a little player up in high school. How do you ask someone out? Sorry, I'm late. I was waiting for the link to go into the group chat, and I realized I needed to find it on the group page. Jamie, I'm mad at you. Yourself. You're gonna make me turn on
Didn't
my
you say last week that you almost asked a guy out by saying nice to date you instead of nice to meet you?
You could do that, yeah. Wait, I didn't understand. Wait, what?
Ashley asked, how do you ask somebody out? And you told a story last week where you were introducing yourself and you said, nice to meet you, but this is date.
Right.
And so the guy said, are you gay? Are you asking me out? Like, is that how you would ask somebody out?
Not exactly. So if you're asking someone out, it depends on your context again. Like if you're asking them out on a date, you would just sign you. Remember, raise your eyebrows because it's a yes or no question. Me and you go to dinner, go to coffee, or whatever you want to do. But if you're asking somebody to be like your boyfriend or girlfriend, you would say, will you become my boyfriend or girlfriend? Or you could say girlfriend or boyfriend. Girlfriend. This is baby, sweetheart. Baby to me is weird because that's a baby, like an actual baby, and baby and baby are not the same thing in English.
Not the same.
But they changed the sign and they started saying baby. But it's still the same sign. Baby, no. Baby. Baby.
Does this mean sweet?
It's actually the sign for sugar.
Oh.
That's how it became the sign for baby, honey, sweetheart. Any pet name that you would use for your significant other can be signed with baby or baby, babe, whichever
So
sign.
Cute, this sign for cute.
Cute, yeah, cute. Look cute.
I remember gum or candy is this, right? Candy? Candy?
Candy, yeah. Candy. So
I'm
yeah.
remembering.
Well,
I'm forgetting some, but I'm
my boyfriend, girlfriend. Say what, Kayla?
I'm remembering some of my words, but some of them I'm forgetting.
Got you. Well, just gotta keep practicing. You won't forget no more.
I have like 3 books of ASL, but
the
I've
board.
taken maybe 2 classes, so I forget a lot.
Yeah. Well, sign language is true. Well, any language is this phrase is true, but it's especially true with sign language because sign language requires more than just your vocal cords in your brain. It also requires a lot of physical movement, and so if you don't use it, you will lose it, and that
Mhm.
especially
Remember, also it's like
with any
Spanish.
language. Like if you're learning a different oral language, like I don't know if we have any people learning Spanish on here, but you don't use it, you lose it. Like
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, I could have a basic conversation in Spanish, but if you try to do it for me now, la leche, milk, coco leche.
Chocolate milk.
That's all I got. I mean, I could probably do a little better than that, but that's all I got. All right, next thing is oh, and Jamie, so what we're doing for vocabulary today is I'm spelling the word and I'm voicing it as well. Each letter is to help you get receptive ability on your finger spelling. And so it helps you with your ABCs and how people spell words. And so just I'll have my voice to help you out. But I really want you to pay attention to my hands and each word, letter that I'm signing. How do you like each? Okay. Are
You
you
already
about to ask
taught those
how to
signs
jump
last
guys,
week.
Ashley? What's up?
You would do eyebrows up. You like me?
You like me? Eyebrows up. You like me?
That's the hardest thing I had a hard time remembering was the eyebrows. So I'm like, I try to remember, but other times I try to put more emphasis in other parts. If I don't know, I'm like, I
I
guess
mean,
I don't.
like a lot of times, like when you go to these ASL classes, like they overemphasize how much you need to use your eyebrows, and but a lot of people don't realize they actually do it.
This is Jasper. How can I help you today?
Up.
I think that was a food order.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so a lot of times it's like people don't realize they actually do it naturally because that is a um, a thing in English as well, and it's all about body language. So most of the time, like you overemphasize it, you say you got to raise your eyebrows when it's yes or no, and you got to lower them when it's not, and you tend to forget when you're signing because you're focused on your signing, so your eyebrows stay same. But if you actually just relax and act like you're talking, you'll realize your eyebrows naturally move even when you're speaking in English. Like right now, mine are all over the place because I'm how I convey my emotion in my in my words, and yeah, that's it's the same for any language. And if I were angry, I would be, "You shouldn't have done that," and I would lower my eyebrows, and or if I'm asking a question that I'm really curious about, I'd be like, "Hey, are you and that guy talking?" I keep them down. So like just don't try not to think about it too much. Like generally your eyebrows will naturally go up. You just have to remember when you're signing just to stay relaxed and it'll come naturally. But don't overthink it right now. It'll come. All right. Next sign is GRANDMA. GRANDMA. Grandma, grandma, mama, as we call them down here. Somebody told me the other day, I need to ask my grandmother, yeah, who? Who that? What is that? My grandmother? I don't understand. My mom's mom? Oh, your mama. Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, I'm from the country and I like it that way. GRANDPA. 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 Your hand is making like a little bouncing movement. Grandpa. Grandpa. Name of grandma. Grandma. Grandpa. Next is HAVE. HAV. You say that fast, it doesn't sound good at all. Sounds like a STD. I don't know why that thought ran across my mind. H-A-B-E. H-A-B-E. HAP. So your hands are like this, and they start here, and they just go out. HAP. I have a phone. HAP.
Would have be the same in question form, like have I offended you?
No. So if you're asking it in question form, I can't. Give me another example of the word again.
Okay, so instead of I have a dog, you would
Right.
say, have I hurt you?
Oh, so yeah, okay. I was making sure I understood. Yeah, no, you would not sign have in that, because it's actually a different meaning for the word. And so if you would say, if you had to say, have I hurt you, you wouldn't even say have. You just say, I hurt you.
Okay, with your eyebrows.
And okay, so yeah, you would eradicate that actually, because this have is just declaring possession.
Okay.
And I have a bottle. I have a phone. So that's only possession, this particular thing.
Okay.
But I get what you're saying, and I think there is another word for instances like that, but I can't remember what it is. But it means a different word in sign language. I'm trying to think of it.
It'll come to you later. We can continue.
Yeah. Well, it's when you say have you, have I, did what? What'd you do?
I think she means instead of have I, you would say did I.
I heard you. Yeah, and so even in that, you would still. I'm trying to think of the English terminology to explain this properly. But when you're saying did I or have I, you're mainly just you're identifying an action that you have done.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say have I hurt you or did I hurt you, you haven't signed. Sign language is done in subject, verb, object. So your subject is you, your verb is hurt, and your object will be you. And so that's why you really wouldn't need to sign did or have. You can sign did I hurt you, but you don't have to because you're merely identifying I did something. So did I hurt you?
Yeah.
And so most of the like I would never sign have I or did I. I would just sign if those words came up, I would just sign I in replace for that. Does that make sense? I explained that good. Okay,
yes.
cool. All right. So H-E-Y. H-E-Y. This is not the hello sign. H-E-Y. This is the sign that you will use to get that person's attention. It's called the hey sign. And it's just hey. Hey. You just stick your hand out and flop it up and down. Hey. That's just to get attention. If you're saying hey, like hey to somebody, you can just say hey. They walk by, hi. And story time. I was in high school. I was a senior in high school, and there's a little, clarification needed here. I was like a star in high school. I was a star athlete, star student. I was homecoming king. I was prom king. I was everything. I was the bad boy in that school. And my senior year, right before my senior year of football started, I got a job invite. It's something that this program does because I went to the deaf school here in Alabama, and it's something that a program does. Like they give these deaf kids little jobs so it can not only teach us how to work, but teach other people how to interact and handle deaf employees. And so me and my best pal, Dimitri, me and him were the star players on the team. We were the Bash brothers, and we were amazing together. And we were both from Tuscaloosa. So we both got a job at the University of Alabama gym. I'm 18 years old in the University of Alabama gym. And this is where all the students go to. So when the college chicks started showing up, oh Lord have mercy, I was in heaven. But me and Demetria were signed to each other. And this one girl came up, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, she was gorgeous. I still dream about her to this day. But she was stupid as could be.
Jasper.
And I pray for her to this day. Yeah, she wasn't really stupid, but she did have a very stupid moment where she came up and like she was also an employee there, and she walked up and she said, "Hey Jasper, I got a question." And I was like, "What's up?" And Demetria goes, "Yeah, he's single." And she laughs. She's like, "No, it's not about that." She said, "I got a question, and I don't know if it's a stupid question or not, but I really want to ask you." And I'm like, "Okay, shoot." And she was like, "You know sign language, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Can you teach me some sign language?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, I really want to know how to sign. I just want to know how to sign one word so I can sign this to y'all." And I'm thinking she's going to ask for a cuss word or something. And I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" She was like, "Can you teach me how to sign hey?" No, I can't. She was like, "Well, why not?" I'm like, "Hey." She was like, "Oh my gosh, are you serious? Is that it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty universal. Hey." "Okay, I'm gonna go drive my car off the bridge now." I'm like, "Okay, bye." And it's a little deaf humor for you. But yeah. Hey, most saying is pretty obvious. Like if somebody flicks you the bird, you know what it means. Like that's obvious. Please don't do anything to make people flick you the bird, though. We're called to be a holy generation. We help people. Anywho, moving on. I forgot, I lost my spot. Okay.
Yeah.
H-O-W. Yeah. H-O-W. H-O-W. How? 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 Some people sign it how. I don't know why. I want to do this. This is too much. Just sign how. How are you? You don't have to sign how are you or how are you. Just how are you? How are you? Good job. Okay. H-O-W-M-A-M-Y. H-O-W-M-A-M-Y. Did y'all notice how I moved over? H-O-W-M-A-M-Y. It's showing two separate words. H-O-W-M-A-M-Y. How many? How many? How many? Your hands have to go up because if you keep them stationary, it means sign. Y'all remember from last week? Sign. Have to go up. How many? How many clothes? How many shoes do you own? That's a question. I want to know. How many shoes do y'all own? 9? More? 20? Wow. 23? Wow. I need to get on my shoe game. I'm way behind. Okay. All right. L-I-V-E. L-I-V-E. Lib.
Oh, I've seen that live with L's.
Lib. So your hands stay together like this, and you'll put them like right on like your midriff, and then you just go up. Lib. It's also the same.
Is that the same for living? Like ing?
I sign the same, yes.
Okay.
Some people add an L to it, and I say living. And that's okay, but it's still more English. I keep it, I'm living. Like I'm living in Birmingham, Alabama. So I keep it the same, but some people add an L to it, whichever one you want to do is okay.
Is lives a location verb? Like I live in Dallas, or is it like I'm living my best life?
Yeah.
Like both?
Life, my life, alive. I live in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, everything, your address. I would sign, what's your address?
Okay.
All of it's the same.
Okay.
All right. Next is Marriage. Again, Marriage. One more time. Marriage. 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 Kind of do like a, it's like a, it just kind of wraps around marriage. Marriage. Yeah, so it's like if you hold your hand up and you turn it clockwise around your hand, you don't go under. I went under, it's my bad. You turn it clockwise over your hand and put it back together. Marriage. Marriage. And divorce. Wedding is different. Wedding is wedding. Like the wedding was beautiful. Wedding. M-O-M. 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 Mom. Okay. Parents, if you're assigning parents, you move your hand slightly to the right or whatever your dominant side is, it doesn't matter. Parents. My parents. I don't know about y'all, but I can relate to this next time. S-I-N-G-L-E. Again, S-I-N-G-L-E. There are two ways to sign this. This is talking about like a something that's just alone. It's just there. Like my water bottle is by itself over there, single. But
would this also be the sign for we have like one more milk, or would you just say one?
Just say one.
Okay.
This is just like if you're saying something's alone. Like
okay.
I don't know, Jasper is here in the house alone. He's
okay.
in the house. But if you're talking about relationship,
it would be like I left my children alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But if you're referring to relationship, it's single. I am single.
How is your finger?
You just stroke down this cheek and then this cheek. Single. I'm single. I don't know why it's that way, but that's how they do it. This means alone, just, only, something. Something, the only one that doesn't belong and all that. But I don't know why it is. I need to research why that means something, but it means something. Something. I don't even know what to tell you. Something. Well, the reason why I think is because it's like you're thinking of something and it's one thing that's in your head. I'm thinking of something like a phone and it's one item. Something. So that's why it's the same sign. S-I-S-T-E-R. S-I-S-T-E-R. Sister. Sister is not the same as brother. Remember, brother, you can point to your head. Sister, you can't point to your cheek. Because girls are special and they deserve a gracious sign. Sister. And so actually, Corey, you mentioned it earlier, and I think this is where that sign comes from.
With the L.
Keeps that up. And so it's just a land. That sister. But I mean, sometimes my thumb might stay, no, my thumb doesn't stay up. Sister.
Yeah.
Spell. S-P-E-L-L. S-P-E-L-L. Spell. Spell. You just wiggle your fingers and move to the right or to the left if you're left-handed. Spell. Spell. So if you have, if I sign a word, you don't understand it, you say spell it. Like that guy at the left conference, that's what you're doing. Spell it. Spell it again. Spell it. Like, boy, I'm preaching. W-O-R-K. W-O-R-K. Work. Work. I work in auto glass. That is it for this week's vocabulary. Oh, I want to teach you also man and woman. Man, man, and woman. You see that man? You see that woman? I got the hiccups. I'm yawning. I'm about to sneeze. My body don't know what to do. I'm gonna drink more tea. Okay. Yeah. Any questions about vocabulary? None? Nada? All right.
I'm just bummed I missed the first half of it.
Yeah, we will give us just a minute before I close out. We'll go back over the vocabulary. Okay? Cool. All right. So I'm going to practice a few sentences on you guys, and I want you to answer and in sign language, and just remember to watch my hands and my eyebrows, and that'll tell you everything you need to know. They're real simple questions, real easy. I'm gonna do it one at a time, just so there's no confusion. And yeah, you ready? Okay, Kayla, you're the first one on my screen, so you will go first. Corey.
Oh God.
Okay, I don't learn this sign. Were you on here when we learned the sign for child?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Child is child.
Child.
Child. Yeah. Children is you kind of bounce. So
Okay.
you have
Multiple.
downward angle to show that you have multiple kids. Yeah. So,
Okay. Cool.
Jamie, your turn.
Oh God. Oh God. No. You asked if I have kids, right?
I did. Anyway.
I'm lost.
Sign your answer, Jamie.
I'm a terrible student.
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
No. Okay.
Do we have any more videos on here? Here we go. Chelsea, you are next. Are you ready? Okay. I didn't know all y'all were even on here because all I could see was Kayla and Corey and and Crystal. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Next is Chelsea. Okay. Oh, Ashley, you ready? I can't hear you. You're not making any sound.
You, sir, should learn how to read lips. I'm joking. No, I just got off of work at 6, so I kind of missed some of it. I was able to hear you. See, it was a hit and miss, so you can try.
Okay, we'll do it slow. If you don't recognize the sign, just I need to teach y'all real quick. If you don't recognize the sign, memorize the sign that I'm signing. Like let's say I sign I don't know, if I sign this, you don't understand. You have to memorize what I'm doing, and then you will repeat it back to me, and you will say, spell, or what does that mean? You would say, and so that would tell me that you don't know what the word means. And so I would tell you, oh, this is the sign for president. President. Okay. All right. Here we go. It's an easy one, though. I think we got it.
Yeah. I have no clue what you're saying. Can you do that again? I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'm holding my phone. So
Sure. Mom.
I got the my part.
Your pup?
Well, when you go like this, I know that means like yours.
Say it again.
Or you. Okay. What is
Mom.
mom?
Mhm.
Name?
Yeah. So you remember, open palm is possession. So if I
Yeah,
sign-
because my mother's name.
yeah, your mom's name. Yeah. Good job. Then you just spell it.
We can't see your hand, Ashley.
One's an A. I don't know what is it. What's a U?
A G.
U.
A U. A U D. R. No. E.
Yeah. R.
R.
Yes. Oh, R.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which one's this one? E. E.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what a Y is.
Y.
Y. Yeah.
So Audrey.
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Good job. Okay.
I don't like her last name though.
I don't know. Who's next? Shannon.
Shannon.
Okay. Are you ready? Well, tough. You got this. My mom has a whole last name. So does mine. It sounds so weird. Or her maiden name anyway. Weird last name. Okay. Who Okay, Kayla, you are next again. It may not be, but now I'm kind of curious about your mom's last name. I'm not gonna lie. My mom's last name is Bibby. Oh, Audrey Gay. Oh, ain't that bad. Audrey Happy.
It does mean happy.
All right, Kayla, you are next. Nice, nice. People used to call the house phone just to ask you. That's messed up. Oh. Dang. No. Yeah, my mom's last name wasn't that bad. I just we used to pick on my mom for her last name just because it sounded funny. Bibby. Like a BB. Like a redneck way of saying baby. Hey Bibby. That's funny. All right. I forgot who's next.
I think that was it. Crystal wasn't participating.
Yeah. No, I was gonna go through one more time and do a couple more. So everybody can get 2 chances to practice. I can't remember who was next.
Me where
You
I
would have
work.
been starting over with Chelsea, I think. Oh no, wait. Was Kayla the one that you started with?
Yeah, you asked me where I work.
Kayla, it was Kayla, then Corey, then me.
2 now. Now I
So
gotta
then
ask,
I'm next.
well, everybody else one more.
Yeah, so I'm next.
Okay, Corey's next. Okay, cool.
You asked me where I work. You saw it?
Yeah, I asked you where you work. Yeah.
Okay.
And the first thing he asked you was, what was your name? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Corey,
Oh, sorry. It's dark in here. Get closer to a light.
Dwayne. Is it
Dwayne.
Dwayne or Dwayne?
Dwayne.
Okay, cool. I just know some people call it, they'll say it Dwayne, and some people are saying it Dwayne.
Yeah, it's not Dwayne. It's Dwayne.
Well, some people are rednecks and
Yeah.
Like me, I'm one of them.
Yeah, if you ask his mother how to say his name, it's Dwayne. If you ask my dad how to say his name, it's Dwayne.
I got a buddy that I used to work with. That was his name. He spelled it different though. He spelled it Duane, but it was.
I've seen that, and I've also seen Dewayne.
Oh, Dwayne. Dwayne. Okay, I remember the Dwayne. All right, who's next?
Jamie.
Who?
Jamie.
I'll give you an easy one.
Your terrible student is next. How do you do it? I think it's
Give me the state.
state. Oh, guy. Wait, is it O?
Oh.
K? Is that K? Am I doing it right? L A M A
HOMA.
HOMA. I'm not spelling right. This is why I don't do sign language, okay?
Who left?
Jamie.
Oklahoma.
Okay. Okay.
But I know there's an H in there somewhere.
Yes. Yes.
It is not Oklahoma. It is Oklahoma.
I just would do it. Okay.
OMA.
That's H.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Be okay.
Teacher joined.
But funny story, most of the time when you're signing states, you can just sign the first 2 or 3 letters of their name.
Mm-hmm.
So Oklahoma is OKL. Because if you just sign OK, that's just OK. So OKL is Oklahoma. A few states have their own sign, like Texas, because Texas is special.
We have a sign.
Texans have a sign, Texas.
That's so cool.
And then you go over and you go down, Texas.
Arizona is this, right?
Arizona?
Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona has its own sign. Arizona. Hawaii.
I think. I was trying to remember the sign for California.
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 Hawaii has, the little hula chick. Some people don't like that sign. Hawaiians do not like that sign.
Really?
Well, because it's kind of like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Because associating like the only thing about Hawaii is the hula girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The only part of Hawaiian culture. And so they prefer Hawaii.
Oh, Jeremy left.
You just draw a circle around your face. Alaska has its own thing, but I can't remember it right now.
You might not be able to join on video.
What was the sign for state that you did, Jasper? Whenever you asked her what state did she live in?
What was the sign?
What's the sign for state? What is the sign for state?
State. Yeah, your hand straight up. Make an S, top and bottom of your hand.
Isn't that the sign for a law too?
And so you have the 2 difference, and like if you sign in Washington or Washington D.C. is Washington, make a W, you put your pinky on your shoulder. Some people can't do it. You just get it closed and then you pull it out. D.C. or Washington State, because most people from Washington, when you ask them, they'll say I'm from Washington State. Like my sister lived there. When I asked her or somebody asked her where you from, she says I'm from Washington State. I don't know if Crystal does that, but I know some people do.
Who's killing a dog?
Yeah. Who killing a dog? Jeez. Okay. Alabama is just ALA. ALA. Florida is FLA. Mississippi is MS. Tennessee is actually 4 letters. You go TEN and you move over. Kentucky is KY. Rhode Island is RI. Massachusetts is MA or MI. No, M.
No, I.
New Jersey is NJ. New Hampshire is H. New York is New York.
Like the subway, right?
Yeah, for the subway. Well, this is subway, but they put it up here to show talk about the state instead of the subway. Pennsylvania's PA, Michigan's MI. Ohio has a cool sign. Ohio.
Ohio. I remember that.
Ohio.
Wait, what's the sign for remember? My brain is.
For what?
Remember.
What's the sign for remember?
Remember.
Remember, yeah. Because this is forget.
Forget. Like it got wiped off your mind. Forget.
Like.
Well, and if you're signing, like, I need to remember my list. But if you're speaking to a crowd about, you're at a memorial service and you're speaking on memories with someone, you would say, I remember. I'm looking back. I remember growing up. We had such a fun time, blah, blah, blah. All right, Chelsea, the next. Let me see. Tennessee, my home state right there. I'm from Nashville. Go Balls. Shannon, I think you're next. Okay.
Do I spell it? Okay. You give me a long one to spell. Okay. A-C-C-O-U-N-T-I-N-G.
Two ways to sign this. Account.
Okay.
So you tap this on your bottom hand, like money. Got the money
Mm-hmm.
hand, and then with your M, but you don't close your M's. You stick your M's out. You rub them on top of each other. Money math.
Okay.
And there's another sign, but I forgot what it was. I thought I remembered it, but then I was like, wait, I only know one sign for that. Accountant.
Thank you, Shannon, because I work in accounting too. And I was like, how in the world do you sign that?
I was like, I had to even think how to spell it. I'm like, how do you spell
Yeah.
it? I do with math, not letters.
Yeah, it's a long word.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hey, look, more power to you two for working in accounting, because I failed math in like 7th grade. So
Yes. I've never been good at math.
Calculus was my favorite class.
Me too.
Well, good on you because
well, no, let me be honest here. I was in high school and middle school, elementary school, and everything. And y'all probably heard this joke before, and that's fantastic. But I was told I couldn't use a calculator because I ain't always gonna have a calculator wherever I go.
uh-huh.
Yes, you
Don't you
will.
Gonna hook me up.
Yes.
And then they were like, Jasper, you're gonna use in your life. I've replaced windshields for a living. There's no math involved in what I do.
Yes, there is. Especially geometry.
Your finances. I don't do it. Okay. I pay my bills. I let the rest get saved, and I buy DoorDash all the time. I got plenty of savings. I got plenty to pay my bills, and I got plenty to get a little Caesar's pizza. I don't need math.
Jasper, you need math.
I do not need math. I don't know.
You
Because I'm not seeing any of y'all at the moment. I gotta go back to
I have never done an algebra problem in my life. So
Why not?
I was in special ed in math. I just never could do it. So it's just one I never did. I was never able to do math.
I never wanted to do it. I know 2 + 2. That's all I need to know.
For real, right?
I'm not even get that wrong. If you get me early enough in the morning, like, yo, what's 2 + 2? Ish. That part of it was a joke. I was going, maybe.
That's funny. No, I'm halfway decent at basic math, but like anything above basic math, no. Calculator's my best friend.
I got you. All right. Well, real quick, we're going to go over the vocabulary one more time because we are out of time. We're over our time limit.
Crystal, can you stop the recording?
Huh? What?
I was asking if Crystal could stop the recording.
If I look at the chat.
You may have to message her
Yeah.
because that's what I have to do to get it to be recorded.
I'll add the words to the chat. Is that what was being asked?
What?
I didn't hear the question.
She asked Crystal to stop the recording.
Almost. She already-
Crystal's doing CPE, so she may not even be listening.
Okay.